watching News Lens on NewsX, our top focus at this hour. In what seems to be yet another diplomatic victory, sources have indicated that soldiers of the United Arab Emirates are likely to march down Rajpath during the Republic Day parade this year. Remember, the chief guest for the parade has already been confirmed. He is going to be Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. The development comes at a big boost to India-UAE relations, much to the discomfiture of Pakistan. The joint statement also that was made during the Prime Minister's 2015 Abu Dhabi visit had mentioned terror no less than 11 times, with specific mentions being made to Pakistan. The indication also comes on the heels of a reported crackdown by UAE authorities on Dawood Ibrahim's properties at the request and the behest of India.
When Prime Minister Narendra Modi had visited UAE, and when we saw those very significant visits from the UAE, there was a lot of the terrorism and security aspect covered. And in the course of time, after what we've seen is there have been back-channel talks, there have been regular interactions and engagements at the highest level. The National Security Advisor himself in touch with the top establishment in United Arab Emirates is also the Foreign Secretary. We know how closely the Foreign Ministry is working and has been working to ensure that this visit happens with the Crown Prince coming as the chief guest, is also ensuring that the army participates in the Republic Day parade.
I welcome the government effort to be friendly with UAE, Middle East and the West Asian countries. We must be very friendly like before with these nations.
All right, to help us decode this development, Brigadier Retired B. Mahalingam joins us. He's a defense analyst. He joins me right here in the studio. Would it be fair to call it a diplomatic coup, Brigadier Mahalingam? We know that the relationship between the UAE and Pakistan is a long one. It's a well-established one. One of the biggest forms of revenue for Pakistan is from remittances from UAE. Do you believe this one step perhaps could be a subtle message, but a message nonetheless to Pakistan?
See, not just a message. See, the circumstances perhaps has forced UAE to get along with countries other than Pakistan. First of all, you might recall that at the time when the Yemen operations led by the Saudi Arabia was going in, the Pakistan point blank refused to participate and support that entire move. That gave a very big jolt to not only UAE but to the entire Gulf countries to think that, well, Pakistan is not a country which is going to support you at a time when you are in difficulty. The second major aspect which UAE must have realized and understood is the petroleum prices. Now, they were quite well off with their economy, and when the petroleum prices dropped all of a sudden, UAE perhaps realized that it is not merely good enough for it to depend upon the oil money and the oil wealth. Therefore, it has been wanting to expand beyond oil onto countries like India, which is slowly coming up economically. That is the second issue that we want to highlight.
Also the fact that there has been a concerted attempt, Brigadier Mahalingam, by this government and this Prime Minister to try and take the relationship with the UAE and other West Asian countries to the next level. Do you think this, coupled with the fact that the Sheikh of Abu Dhabi is coming as chief guest here, also just proves that this policy seems to be working?
Absolutely, you are very correct. And Narendra Modi went at the most appropriate time to UAE. He went almost after 30 years after any other Prime Minister had visited that country, and got the UAE Crown Prince to come and visit India. UAE Crown Prince's visit this time is his second visit. And then we also concluded an agreement, a bilateral investment promotion and protection agreement in 2013. Therefore, Indian government too has done its part to make sure that the UAE government falls in line, and that India very well understands and Modi very well understands.
How do you expect Pakistan to react to such a news, given the fact they're already very jumpy, very jittery? We saw Qamar Bajwa coming out and outrightly deny there were any surgical strikes. Of course, we put that down to maneuvering and positioning because he had no other choice. But how do you see Pakistan reacting to such a very public show of camaraderie between India and the UAE?
See, as far as Pakistan is concerned, at the moment, they are not in a position to exhibit any of their feelings or emotions on this particular issue. The second issue you must also see, as far as Pakistan is concerned today, they are supported by China, and the Russians are getting together with China and Pakistan. And thirdly, it seems to be in a position to achieve its larger aims in Afghanistan. Even Iran is prepared to join the CPEC. Therefore, as far as Pakistan at the moment is concerned, it is largely concentrating on its relationship with these countries as also the CPEC. That is precisely what is happening. It is only after some time, perhaps at a time when they realize the profits which they are expecting from CPEC are not materializing, that is the time they will act.
We'll leave it there. Many thanks, Brigadier Mahalingam, for joining us on this story. We move on now.